Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Play Branson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm here this morning with Haley Westrich, my co-host.
How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome.
Good.
So,
We've got a great entertainer with us today.
We do,
and it's like kind of Elvis week and Elvis month, so I'm excited about it.
We are going to talk a lot about Elvis this month.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's going to be fun.
So tell me a little bit more about our guest.
So we've got Radney Pennington with us here today. So he's known as Little E around town, but he performs everywhere in Branson. I mean, he's great.
And what's wild is, I mean, he's one of Branson's youngest performers, but he's been performing for a long time.
Yeah, 15 years here in Branson.
So we'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a moment. We got some trivia, some Elvis trivia.
Oh boy.
So here we go.
Okay.
Can you name this song? Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show.
3 to get ready.
And 4, what do you got to go?
Sure.
I don't
Blue
know.
suede shoes, right?
There you go. That's Blue Suede Shoes. Here's another one. What was the first song Elvis recorded to reach #1 on the charts in Britain?
Britain. Ooh, I don't know.
Jailhouse Rock.
Jailhouse Rock. It's a good
Jailhouse
song.
Rock, yep. What was Elvis's first gold record?
First gold record. I don't know.
It was Heartbreak Hotel.
Oh.
Heartbreak Hotel. And then the other question is how much did Elvis pay for Graceland? If you could buy it for this today, it would be a deal.
Yeah. I don't know. How much?
$100,000.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
Yeah. Now, it's sold for a lot, I think, since then. And, of course, now they have a hotel and all sorts of stuff over in Graceland. And it's still very, very popular.
Yeah.
Probably more popular now than it's ever been.
It's a place I want to visit.
I have never visited
Me
Graceland.
neither. No.
But I'd love to go. So one of the things about this guy that we're going to talk about is he's one of the youngest recording artists at Sun Studios in Memphis.
That's an awesome accomplishment.
Yeah. So we'll talk more about that with Little E in just a moment. And so folks, stay tuned. We're going to be right back in just a moment.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Welcome back to Play Branson. My name is Chris Meyer, and we are here today with Little E, Radney Pennington. You kind of go by Little E,
It's me.
right? Yeah.
Yes, hi.
So it's good to have you here.
It's great to be here, man. My pleasure.
So, man, you have done a lot of stuff in Branson, and you're really young still.
I am, yeah. I'm still a pup.
So, talk to people about your history, because it's
My history.
It's pretty darn interesting.
You want me to start at the beginning?
I want you to start at the beginning.
The beginning. In the beginning, no, okay, too far back. No, I started out here in Branson in 2002 with Mickey Gilley. But actually, it goes back a little farther than that. In 2002, Branson, I don't know if they had the show before then or not, but Legends in Concert was here in Branson. And at that time, they had a guy by the name of Tony Roy as their Elvis. And Tony had opened just about every Legends in Concert to date. And he was their very first Elvis. He started Legends in Vegas and everything, man. And he's one of the best. And in fact, we just did a benefit show for Tony last month at the Legends Theater because Tony fell and had some serious injuries.
Right.
But anyways, make a long story short, we went to the show. And that was my first real exposure to the Elvis world, and it goes a lot deeper than you'd think. You know, it's not all just guys getting up in jumpsuits and performing. You know, there's eras. You know, 50s, 60s, 70s, sub eras that goes. You know, 54, 55, Army. You know, 68 comeback, all that stuff. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I went and saw Tony do the Elvis thing, and I said, hey, I can do that, you know. And so my family, they were very encouraging and very supportive of me to do the Elvis thing. And I started out we went to see Mickey Gilley one night.
Okay, and so how old were you, though?
I was 2.
2.
2.
This is not normal.
No.
But this is cool.
Thank you.
So,
And so we went to see Mickey Gilley, and they were going to take questions from the audience. And so I raised my hand, and they said, well, what's your question? They gave me a microphone, and I said, when can I sing on that stage? And Mickey said, right now. And so they brought me up on stage, and they had me do an Elvis song.
at 2 years old.
Yes, probably.
That's crazy.
Hound Dog or something
That's
simple
pretty
like that.
awesome.
Thank you.
That's a great story.
Thank
I mean,
you.
especially for Mickey to even do that.
Right.
I mean, that's awesome.
And so Mickey, being a huge Elvis fan, he called me back and told me to come back anytime. And so it just kind of gradually evolved into the full, Elvis thing. He'd call me out on stage, and I'd have on a little white jumpsuit or a blue jumpsuit or something like that, and I'd do an Elvis song. And so it went from performing with Mickey for a few years. I got to go to Elvis Week in Memphis at Graceland. And if you haven't been to Graceland, you need to go.
I need
it's
to.
Fantastic.
Yes.
It's a lot more commercialized now than it used to be, but it's still fantastic. We went to Sun Studios, and they're still recording people there. If you have a song or something that you want to record, they will still do that for you. But I was the youngest person to ever record there, still am. And they used to ask you that on the tour and say, hey, do you know who the youngest person was and how old he was? And I was 5.
Yeah.
And that was fantastic. It was a lot of fun.
So, like at a very young age, you're like, I want to be in the music business. And so
Right.
what did your parents do to like help that? Were you taking guitar lessons? Were you singing?
No,
or was it just like all
I've
natural?
been
or
playing guitar now for almost 10 years, and no lessons. I just play by ear, and no singing lessons either. The way that it started was, it was more of a novelty act. I would come out on stage and sing an Elvis song, and it was cute, and that would be the end of it. It was a novelty act, and so I'm very, very blessed and very grateful that it has evolved into coming as a novelty act to actually being actual competition. And I've done a lot of the contests, and I'm sure we'll talk about that later. But it's evolved from being a novelty act into an actual entertaining thing. I'm very grateful for that.
So I want to know what song you recorded at Sun Studios.
The song that I recorded at Sun, I believe it was 1954. He did "That's All Right, Mama," and that was an old Arthur Crudup song, blues number that he did.
Very neat.
Yeah. Very cool.
So you've been in Branson since you were 2.
Yes.
Kind of performing, and so kind of take us on a journey of like the different things that you have done since Mickey.
It's crazy. I started out with Mickey, and I've performed with so many people here in town, and I'm very grateful for that. I performed with Doug Gabriel, Jim Stafford. I performed with Delina Ditto back when she was here.
Yeah.
And was very lucky to perform at Legends in Concert, and as a special guest, similar to what I did with Mickey. They would call me out on stage and let me do an Elvis song. And like I said, it's just kind of evolved. In 2007, I went up to La Crosse, Wisconsin, because they have a big Elvis event there called the Elvis Explosion. And in 2007, they called me up there to be a special guest. And most of the proceeds goes to benefit the Children's Miracle Network. So it's a great event and a lot of fun. But going from 2007 to, looking up to all these guys that have been doing Elvis for so many years and have won so many contests and awards and stuff, to actually now competing with them, I still look up to them. But this year, one of my biggest accomplishments to date was going back up to La Crosse, Wisconsin, and competing with all the big guys, all the professional guys. And it was amazing, because in 4th place was Tyler Hunter. Tyler.
Oh, yeah, Tyler.
Tyler
Yeah.
was on the show, and Tyler's with $1 Million Quartet. He got 4th. And in 3rd place was the 1999 world champion from Memphis. His name is Jesse Aaron, and he now lives up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And then in Second place was a guy by the name of Doug Church, and his title is The True Voice of Elvis. If you close your eyes, you cannot tell the difference. He's amazing. And then I got first. And
Wow. Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much. And I'm still in shock. And it was a lot of fun. The prize was $10,000.
Wow.
And so it was just, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I already spent all my money.
Well,
So what songs did you get to perform when you were?
You know, it was, there was 2 rounds, semifinals and then the finals. The semifinals, I did One Night With You, Hound Dog, and then for the finals, I did My Happiness, which was the very first song that Elvis ever recorded. Bit of trivia for you.
there you go.
He recorded this song and gave it to his mother. It's called My Happiness. And then I did Don't Leave Me Now from the movie Jailhouse Rock, and then Mean Woman Blues. And then when I won, I did Cannot Fall in Love. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to be a great place for us to stop. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more from Little E.
Hello, Doc. It's nice to see you. Well, it's been a long time. You're just as lovely as you used to be. How's your new love? Are you happy? I hope you're doing fine. Just to know it means so much to me. What's that, darling? How am I doing? I guess I'm doing alright, except I can't sleep and I cry all night till dawn. Now what I'm trying to say is I love you and I miss you, and I'm so sorry that I did you wrong. Look up, darling. Let me kiss you just for old time's sake. Let me hold you in my arms just one more time. Thank you, darling. May God bless you. May each step you take bring you closer to the things you seek to find. Goodbye, darling. I gotta go now. Gotta try to find a way to seize memories of a love so warm and true. But if you should have...
Welcome back to Play Branson. We're here today with Radney Pennington. And Radney, you were just talking about that you had won this contest.
Yes.
But you also won. And you won $10,000, which was awesome. But you
Right.
also won another contest.
Yeah, prior to that, I did the Midwest Tribute to the King, which is in Springfield, Illinois. And that was in February of 2017. And it was a lot of fun. And that was actually my first contest as, a professional Elvis tribute artist. They're not called Elvis impersonators anymore. It's
ETA.
It's rude. It's like
Yes.
you have to call little people now,
Yeah.
so it's rude,
Okay.
But no, it was a lot of fun, and that one I got $1,500 for winning that one, and they invited me back to headline it in February of 2018. So I'll be there February 16th and 17th.
Okay.
In Springfield, Illinois, at the it's at the Route 66 Conference Center.
Okay.
And so we've also got 2 casino gigs to do in, we're doing Boonville, Missouri and Cape Girardeau, Missouri at the Isle of Capri casinos. It will be myself doing 50s Elvis, Ryan Pelton, who was the star of the movie The Identical, doing 68 Comeback, which is leather, and then Matt Cage doing 70s Jumpsuit Elvis. And Matt is from Canada, Ryan is from the road. He's everywhere.
Yeah.
And actually, Ryan will be the resident Elvis here in Branson next year, because Dean Z will be going out on the road and touring and all that, like he did most of this year. But anyways, so we're doing the 2 casino shows. It's the Eras of Elvis tour. We're doing Cape Girardeau January 26th, and then Boonville January 27th.
Okay.
So it'll be a lot of fun.
So, like this last year, you performed different places here in Branson.
Right.
But if somebody wanted to come to Branson in 2018 and see you, is there any spot you're going to be this year, or is that still in the works, or what's going on?
Well, you know, we have
there?
a lot of stuff still in the works, but I can say for sure that I've been, if anybody in Branson, you know, if you ask anybody, they always say, "Oh, it's the little boy that sings at the ice cream place."
Yes.
And I was there to just do a little stint, you know, over the summertime, and they kept calling me back. So I've been there 10 years now.
10 years.
10 years.
At Cakes
and
and
Creams, 50s Diner.
Yes.
On Highway 76, across from the Grand Village. And this past season, I was there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights from 9 to 11, so I'm sure the schedule will stay the same, which, of course, you know, they're closed now because it's the off-season in Branson.
Mm-hmm.
They'll reopen, I'm sure, March or April, one or the other.
Yeah.
So
someone can come and really get that whole 50s vibe by going to the diner, and then you're there playing your
Definitely.
guitar and singing Elvis stuff. Now,
Right.
you do other stuff besides
Right,
Elvis.
we do the whole 50s and 60s thing, which last season we did a stint at the God and Country Theater, Jerry Presley's God and Country Theater, and did a full 50s and 60s rock and roll show. It was all Buddy Holly type music. So, you know, Buddy is one of my favorite entertainers from 50s, even through today, you know, still one of my favorites. There are currently 2 Buddy Holly tributes in the U.S. that are endorsed or sanctioned by the Holly estate, which is Buddy's brother, niece, all the family,
Right.
and I'm very proud to be one of them.
Wow.
And
Congratulations.
so they, very gracious family to send me, you know, period accurate photos of Buddy's guitars and all that stuff. So the guitar that I used at God and Country was an exact replica of Buddy's Stratocaster from 1955. And so it was a lot of fun to do a full Buddy Holly show.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, like your parent, I mean, you're so young still, but your parents have had to be extremely supportive of you doing
Oh yes,
this.
definitely.
And now your mother's, I know, sitting out in the audience here
Yes.
today, but I mean, that's pretty impressive that they would allow you to pursue this dream all these
Right,
years,
definitely.
you know? So,
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And of course, you know, I was homeschooled like most of the entertainers here in Branson. It was easier with traveling around and doing shows and
Right.
stuff to have been homeschooled. And but yeah, my mom and grandma and grandpa, everybody, very, very supportive
yeah,
of my
yeah.
performing.
Now you've got some
Hi.
CDs and music and everything, so tell us
Yes.
about that. Where can people find you?
Yes, well, they can of course find me on Facebook. You know, I'm on Facebook all the time. Radney Pennington. It's my real name. Don't give it out. It's a secret. But yeah, I've got all my CDs, merchandise, all that stuff on there. So yeah.
Perfect.
And I've also got all the dates where I'm going to be and when and all that stuff on Facebook as well.
Well, and I was doing a little bit of Facebook research last night,
Uh-oh.
and you know, I saw, and it was great because I saw this one couple that they'd posted on your Facebook page, and they said besides the Oak Ridge Boys, they liked coming to see you.
Yeah.
You know, and they had been doing it for years.
Right.
And so, I mean, I could just tell that you know you've built a following in
I've
this
tried.
community.
You know, it's very hard to build up a following in Branson. I mean, it's much easier than, say, California or Florida or Myrtle Beach or wherever has entertainment. Because there, when you say, "Oh, I'm a performer, I'm a musician," they say, "Oh, that's nice. What's your real job?" You know, and in Branson, if somebody says, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" You say, "Oh, I'm a musician, I'm a performer." They say, "Oh, are you in one of the shows?" You know, because that to them is a real job. You know, and it's amazing to get to do what I love doing every day. I'm very blessed.
Yeah. And so you have a great future ahead of you because you're
I
really
hope so.
you're just even though you've done this forever, you're really just starting out.
Right, I agree.
You know, and so it's going to be interesting to see how you mature in the industry and kind of what happens now. Do you want to keep doing this, or do you want to do something different, or what?
I'm going to be a surgeon. No. I plan on continuing pursuing the music industry.
Yeah. Yeah. And
as far as I can.
You know, what I always find interesting about Elvis is, his music is pretty timeless.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
It's been 40 years ago that he's passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and this year was the 40th anniversary of that. But man, still popular as ever.
Yeah, definitely. It's like I said in the past. Elvis's music applies to every generation, past, present, and future. Even from back then, they'd buy records, vinyl, all that stuff. Now they're buying it on, iTunes and all that stuff. It's amazing.
It is. Well, folks, this is it's been a great interview here with Radney Pennington today, or Little E. So if you see something that says Little E out there, that is you. Now the question
Probably.
is are you going to eventually change that name to?
They have
or not?
they have tried. Most entertainers here in Branson have a city license to perform here in town. Mine, instead of putting it under Radney Pennington, it's under Little E of Branson.
Okay.
And we can't change that.
You can't change it.
So-
Okay. So
I'm stuck with it for a while.
you're stuck with it, but it's okay. It's okay. We all have to have a name, and so, folks, this has been a great interview. Be sure to check Little E out, if nothing else, at Cakes and Cream next year. Be looking for him. We'll be back in just a moment.
The Holiday Inn Express, Green Mountain Drive. It's the perfect resort hotel for your next Branson stay. Check into one of our many room types. Then relax in the refreshing indoor pool and hot tub. Enjoy the free hot breakfast every day. For more information or to make reservations, call 800-321-7275.
Hey folks, welcome to Back to Play Branson. We are here on location at Mels Hard Luck Diner. It's in the Grand Village shopping complex. This is a super fun place to eat, and it's so unique, so unlike any other restaurant in Branson. We're going to talk to a few of their servers here in just a moment. So folks, as I mentioned just a moment ago, Mels is truly unique, and what makes it unique is the servers. And so I'm with Lane Victoria. Lane, tell me a little bit about what makes the servers here unique and different.
Yes. Well, all of us had to audition to get our positions here. And so we're singing servers. We're the home of the singing servers. And so we take turns offering a song and entertaining the people in the middle of serving our burgers and our famous shakes and malts and that sort of thing. And so it makes for a really fun environment.
So I just ate in here about a week ago, and it was such a celebration and fun. All different types of music. You'll hear it, and the servers are singing all different types. Could be gospel, country, rock and roll. And you just showed me something here a moment ago. You have a CD, right?
Yes, I have 4 of them actually.
So let's pull this out. So here's the thing is, like, if you like how they sing, you can actually buy their CDs here at Mels Hard Luck Diner. So here's the deal, folks. You're going to get a great meal, but then you're going to get some great entertainment by folks like Wayne here. So we're here with Dwayne Michaels, who is also a singing server at the Hard Luck Diner. And Dwayne, you were one of the newest singers, right? Yes. So tell us, like, how did you get here? Like, how did you get this position?
Well, I moved to the area and hoped for finding somewhere to perform. And until I got some auditions, I was just looking for a server job. And somebody recommended, say, why don't you go to Mels Hard Luck Diner and apply there. So I came, did the application, and Ms. Ruth told me, she said, well, most of our servers have been here a very, very long time. Once they get hired, they really never leave. And she was like, at the moment, I don't have a position. But, if you have some YouTube videos or something, we'll watch those and then we can call you. A couple of weeks later, she called me. She said, would you like to come audition? And I said, absolutely. So I came and auditioned, and they hired me and gave me the opportunity, and I've been here for 4 months.
So been here 4 months, and he sings country music.
Yes.
He's got his own CD out, and he used to sing at Dollywood over in the Pigeon Forge. And so made his way over to Branson, so we're glad to have him here. And so just another one of the singing servers here at Mels Hard Luck Diner that you can see when you're in Branson, another unique experience. Thank you can have here. Not only are they great servers, not only are you going to get great food, but you're going to get some great entertainment at Mels Hard Luck Diner.
Hey guys, it's Haley with Play Branson. I'm here at Mels Hard Luck Diner. You just got to see Chris talking to a few of the servers here, so it's an awesome experience. So you'll have to check it out. Mels is open during the weekdays from 11 to 8:30 and then 11 to 9 on the weekends. So whether you want a huge meal or an ice cream, but those are huge too, come in. It's going to be great. You're going to have an awesome time here at Mels Hard Luck Diner.
Try something different this vacation. Bring the whole family to Branson Segway. Segways are the most fun on two wheels since the bicycle. It's safe and fun. Ride at your own pace on our specially designed track. You can do it.
I don't know if I can do this, guys. I don't know.
To get your family from ho-hum to adventure, ride a Segway. Branson Segway and Adventure Center on Highway 165, just 1 block south of Titanic.
Come on, slowpokes! Ride like the wind! Woo!
Hey folks, welcome back to the closing segment of Play Branson. We've had a great time today.
That was a fun interview.
So one of the things that we didn't talk about was Radney actually was in a Billy Ray Cyrus video. I want my mullet back. I wish I could have talked to him about that.
That would have been fun.
You know,
Next time.
I had a mullet. Now, we never called it a mullet when I had it. And so like it's like, to me, that's like kind of a derogatory term now, but it really shouldn't be because they were cool.
We're gonna have to find some pictures.
Oh my gosh. My hair was like down to here. It was I loved it. And it was so long. And then I had to like get a real job and cut it off, you know. But if the mullet ever comes back, I'm there. I'm there.
You go.
My wife would be like, no, you're not.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
No, you're not, you know. You know, we just saw the little clip on Mel's Hard Luck Diner. Great place to eat in Branson. Yes. If people are looking for kind of that unique dining experience that they can't really get anywhere else, they can see great entertainment. Lots of great entertainers have come out of there. So we encourage you to go over to Mel's Hard Luck Diner. Not too long ago, we had the Peterson family, some of them on here. And so I have to show this. They did a CD release party a while back, and they gave me one. And this is called Shenandoah, and it is a great CD.
A lot of great songs on it.
A lot of great songs on it. And they have one on here that is called The Ring Song.
It's one of my favorites.
And it is hilarious.
It's funny.
And it's hilarious. Very authentic.
Yes.
So folks, if you're looking for, and you know, they're a bluegrass band, but I think this CD can actually expand to folks that beyond bluegrass, because some of it's just like easy listening, nice, relaxing music. So I would encourage people to go out, get this. There's a rumor going around about one of the Petersons that they are dating another big star in town. I
think I've heard that.
And I'm not going to say anything, but you know who you are. And so that's kind of cool.
That is very cool.
I've seen the two of them together, and I was like, you know.
Yep.
So anyway, we'll say enough about that for today. Anyway, be sure to go to ibranson.com if you need to book Branson shows and attractions, and we'll see you next week on Play Branson.